Hey guys, welcome back. Today is 2023 setup day. Woo! Finally, I'm organized. Let's get stuck into this, shall we? First up, let's talk about the planners. Also, it is an incredibly gloomy day today. Obviously, the lighting's a little bit weird. I apologize. You may not be able to see things really well, but it will be the only day I can record this. So, thank you, weather, for disappointing me. No, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, let's go. Currently, in 2022, also super fun thing to say, 2022, but currently in 2022, I'm using my black Midori as my planner and my wallet. This will not be my planner for 2023. I'm going to be moving into my brown. I do love my brown. I am obsessed with my brown. It is my favorite color of the stock Travelers Company notebooks. I love them. So I wanted to start taking her out on the town more. And by out on the town, I mean go do some grocery shopping with me. But no, I wanted to move over because I wanted to use my black for my Dungeons and Dragons notebook. I know, I'm such a nerd. My husband is really into Dungeons and Dragons and he's managed to convince me to play in a lot of his campaigns. I'm currently in 2. And honestly, it's so much fun. I thoroughly enjoy myself. So now that I've committed to being a Dungeons and Dragons girl, I wanted to have a notebook and notebooks dedicated to it and in the style that I'm comfortable with. And of course, I am a Traveler's Notebook fiend. I love them so much. And the black just seemed to suit it the best. I was considering buying a camel, but I'm like, no, I don't use enough of the ones that I already have. Let's not sink $80 into this when I could just move some things around. And which is what I did. So yeah, so the setup will not change. A notable difference between them is I'm currently using a horizontal planner. Undated, but only because I started to try and plan again halfway through this year, or like around, I think, March? I can't remember, but I tried planning again halfway through the first half of the year. So I didn't want to get a dated planner and then just waste the first 3 months. I wanted to actually keep going. And because I didn't know if I was going to stick with it, because, there are weeks where you just don't want to plan. Was it the end of this year? Was it the beginning of this year or was it halfway through last year? Might have been halfway through last year. See, I don't know, because I'm pretty sure it was last year because I had a baby and I remember not using my planner for weeks after I had my baby. So maybe it was last year. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. The reason why is because it was at a random time and I didn't know if I was going to use it continuously, so I wanted to be able to go, oh, okay, it's okay, I don't have to skip like 2 months of pages and waste that paper. But now that I know that I will use it, because I've been using it ridiculously well the last couple of months, mainly because I've actually gotten a little bit busier with trying to open up a shop, which by the way, how cute are these? My business cards! I'm using it to hide all my top secret credentials, ID, business card, like my debit card and things like that. Anyway, the stuff that you're not allowed to see, I'm covering it with my business card, and I think it's really cute, and I really like it. Back to what I was originally saying. I'm moving from a horizontal to a vertical next year. Mainly because when I write lists downwards. I didn't like the tiny amount of space in the horizontal. So I find, again, I'm not a very busy person, but the days that are busy, this is not enough room. And this page I use for my weekly overview, something I want to get done throughout the week, because again, my life is a little bit unpredictable when it comes to young kids. I've got a 1-year-old who teethes just randomly, as they do. So, I'll be like, oh yeah, I want to have like 80 stuff done on Tuesday. Hey, but guess what? Your 1-year-old has decided to teethe and she's miserable all day. So you're going to be sitting there holding her, giving her comfort all day. So everything you want to get done Tuesday, not going to happen. So I have a weekly overview, so when I can get to it, I know what I want to do. That is something I'm going to miss a little bit in the vertical. However, Plan by Jyla does have weekly overview notepads. So I'm set. I'm fine. I can just buy a bunch of those, and again, just stick them with washi tape or something over there if I need to. But I know I wanted to have a bit more space to write the to-do lists if my days are a bit busier. So that's really the major difference between the two. Obviously, I've got the first 6 months here, and then the monthly planner with the tabs. I was so excited about the tabs, so I got the tabs as well for the monthly planner. Ooh! Speaking of monthly planners, check out this glow up. Okay, I'm going to show you my monthly planner because I was useless. I never know how to use these things. So, obviously, we're going to skip past those. Okay, January. Look at all that. Look how beautiful it is. Beautiful. Oh, I tried. Tried a little bit. Tried a little bit here. And then, yeah, still trying. Nothing. July was nothing. I gave up in July. August, I was like, no, let's try again. And then bam! September. Look at that! In October! I finally figured out how to use a monthly planner. I'm using it basically to write down just little things that we did that day. Just a little reminder. Like, for example, my husband mowed the lawn on the 16th of October. So, it's just little things like that that I like to try and keep track of and then decorate it. So it's pretty. I'm just super excited. I'm just super excited that I finally know what I'm doing with the monthly planner. I do really like it now because I always used to get super jealous of people's monthly planners. They always looked so pretty. And I was like, I could never do that. But now I finally figured out how it's comfortable in my little world to do that. I used to think that I was a really boring person because I had nothing going on. You just don't have to write down events, guys. Write down something interesting that happened that day. Or like, if you made a really good sandwich, that's newsworthy to you. If you really enjoyed a sandwich that you made, that's great. Write it down. It's awesome. So yeah, that's what, oh my gosh, so weird. That's how I'm using my planner and my monthly. I'm very excited about it. So yeah, so my black Midori will be my D&D notebook. My brown Traveler's Company notebook will be my wallet and my planner for next year. Now, this is it's a Fodori cover. I am getting a proper it's not Fodori, it's Hobonichi cover. I am getting a proper Hobonichi cover. I'm so excited. I'm not a Hobonichi person. I tried using their weeks planner years ago and I hated it. I hated the paper of it. However, I think I've grown as a human because I did go from, this is crazy. I went from Archer and Olive planning to a Hobonichi planner. Like those two papers are incomparable. Like they are basically cardstock versus really thin, I don't even know. It's crazy. Rice paper. That's what I'm thinking of. The stuff that you wrap up stuff in to eat. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh my goodness. So probably not the best way to flip different planners. They are so different. A friend of mine, thank you Kieran, sent me some Hobonichi paper and I do love it. I actually love how smooth it is, and because I don't use a lot of stamps in my planners in general, it would be fine if I did decide to go Hobonichi. This is an unnecessary tangent, Madeline. Focus up. I've got a Hobonichi planner coming in the mail because I saw it. My friend Kate is a Hobonichi fan, and she was showing me what she's thinking about getting next year. And then she showed me the cover, the blue cover with the white butterflies. I don't think of them as butterflies. I think them more as like dragonflies, just by the shape of them, but they are butterflies apparently. I couldn't get it out of my head. It was so pretty, and forgive me, I can't remember the name of the artist that designed it. I feel like it's Mina something? I can't remember, but it's beautiful. I could not get it out of my head. And I had been using my Hobonichi, I keep going to call it Fodori, Hobonichi cover for just like a planner / notebook for my business. Every time I get an idea for my business, every time I get an idea or I need to plan something out for my business, I use this book. I'm not going to open it because there is some personal sort of details like my ABN number and things like that, and tax file numbers and things like that I don't really want you guys to see. But it's just a class. It's at the moment it's just a blank Midori notebook inside. I stamp it if I like a date stamp it if I need to use it as a planner. The reason I'm not getting a Hobonichi next year at the moment, like the insert part, the planner insert part, is because I really don't know if I'm going to use it. My personal life, again, isn't super popular, isn't super busy. It is usually just cleaning lists. So I feel like I can get away with using my regular planner for business stuff, like business checklists and things like that for now. Obviously, depending on how I grow next year, if I do become ridiculously popular or if I need to start organizing certain things and I do need to separate personal and my business personas, I will. But at this point, I just couldn't justify buying one for a maybe. So I didn't want to do that just yet. However, again, I was in love with that cover. I bought the cover, and it will get to me eventually, even in the next couple of months. Kate ended up buying it for me because she is a gift of a human being. So it's going to Netherlands first, and then when she finishes her happy mail to me, she'll send it over. Which I'm very excited about. I'm in no rush. Again, it's not really a planner. It's not time sensitive, but I am very excited to have it in my hands. I will probably do a unboxing on Instagram or on YouTube when I eventually get it. Now, this little one, my little camel traveler's notebook, is basically just going to be my health diary. I am trying. My body is screaming at me to get healthier. I tried mowing the lawn the other day, and now I've been so crippled with my back. I really hurt my sciatic nerve. It's never been right since I've had kids. It's always been a little bit more tender, and it's probably because I've packed on a lot of weight since having children. So I want to start tracking my workouts again. I want to start tracking what I eat again, because I do have a lactose sensitivity, or a lactose intolerance. So I want to start getting back into not eating dairy as much, because we all throw caution to the wind. We all know a lactose intolerant person who was like, lactose intolerance, who cares? Give me ice cream. And I want to stop that. I want to actually start listening to my body when it says, no, can you stop, please? So that's really what that is going to be for. I did try again earlier this year, but I got out of the habit. I got really sick. And I just never got back into it. So I want to start getting back into my health. So this is what this will be for. This will probably stay in the shed where, actually no it won't, because I'm going to use it as a food diary as well, and like a tracker for water intake and stuff like that. So this will just float around the house. It'll go to the shed where my exercise bike is. It'll go to the kitchen where I obviously eat. So that's what my sort of planners / tracker thingies will be. Let's move that over there. Over there, precious. And now these guys, they're not going to change. These are what they've always been. They're just my art journals. So, this is like obviously an art journal / music journal. It's mainly my music journal, where I write down songs / lyrics that I love, music that I love. Paramore is releasing a new album in February. As a huge Paramore stan, I have a picture of Hayley Williams on my wall. I love that woman so much. She's the best. Paramore is my favorite band of all time. So clearly next year I'm going to be using this a lot. But the other two, again, they're not going to change. These are just, if I have a poem that I've read, or a really cool quote from a movie, book, or TV show, or again, song, they're just going to go in here. They're art. It's just my creative outlet. I really like it. I will never stop. Also, these pages are so pretty. I want to say Lokta. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but Nepalese, Nepal? Nepalese. It's Nepalese, isn't it? Sorry. Yeah, this paper, beautiful. It's an Australian company that made this. I will link them below, as I do always. I will be linking everything that I have or mention below. Of course, there's planes. I live right near an Air Force base, so there's planes and jets flying all the time. Anyway, so they won't change. That's it. That's the end of that little discussion. They will never change because they're happy in their little spot. However, look at them! Are they pretty? I love them so much. These are my personal journals. I like to call this my rant journal because, every day I write something down in this one. Sometimes it's completely emotional. Other times it's, we went shopping today. This is what we bought. That sort of stuff. My kids didn't sleep that great. Whatever. This is sort of more like my personal daily journal. I write down pretty much everything that happened that day, how I felt about it, in this one. Super cute. I have ended up buying, this is actually a new edition. I actually bought the little canvas pouch thing from AliExpress. Again, I'll link it below. And Kate, bless her cotton socks, got me the sticker release paper for the passport, which I love. I missed out on these. I wasn't sure if I was going to use it, but I use them all the time because Marcy has gotten me really into pet tape. How dare she? I'm kidding, Marcy, I love you. But yeah, so I think this is more of a rant book if I'm having a very emotionally charged day, or I've gotten into an argument with somebody, or I'm just an emotional wreck, which I am 80% of the time. It goes in here, obviously. I love this. I ended up buying this one as a end of financial year gift to myself. Really, the only other time I can afford to splurge on things that are unnecessary is end of financial year time. Obviously, tax back, come on. I found this, I ummed and ahed a lot. Obviously, if I could, I would get the olive. Green is my favorite color. The olive has been so high on my list for a very long time. However, it has low-key been ruined for me because, one, I'm not spending $400 to $500 Australian dollars on something. That's ridiculous. Obviously, I know it's a limited edition, but come on, $500, like, it's so much money for a glorified dust cover, guys. That's all they do. No, absolutely not. And then, again, I get even crankier at people who try and sell their second-hand ones that are scratched to all heck and have not been looked after very well, in my opinion, for like 3 times the price that they were originally anyway. No, that's not okay. It's disgusting. Just because it's limited edition doesn't justify that kind of behavior. Anyway, I'm not going to get ranty about resellers and collectors. Don't even get me into it. But because this is a Japanese edition, I'm pretty sure you can still buy them from Japan, this is where I got this one. I don't think they're like technically a limited edition. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really looked into it yet. It just took my breath away. It's just so pretty. And I'm not usually a fan of rose gold or foil. But this one, I just couldn't get it out of my head. Blue, I really like the blue. I like that it's not brown or black. I know that sounds silly, but I do really like it. The blues have the best smell. Out of all of the leathers, the blue is my favorite. I love it so much. So I had to, as soon as I got it, I moved all the stuff that I had in my brown into this one. I could not. It's just so beautiful and so pretty. But yeah, so their purposes won't change. They will be my rant/personal journal and my daily personal journal, and I love them. This one stays by my bedside, this one stays on my desk. I am trying to deck out my Delphonics pouch a bit better to be able to justify them staying on both the side of my bed, because that's where I do most of my journaling, is at the end of the day when I'm all comfy, had a shower, I'm getting ready to go to bed. It's when I'm the most coziest, and that's when I like to journal the most. That's it. Really, I think that's it. That's my 2023. It's so much fun to say, 2023. That's my setup. That's what I'm going to be using all of my journals and stuff for. Thank you so much for listening to me rant and ramble about notebooks, essentially. I can't wait to see everybody else's setups for 2023. It's my favorite time of year. It is the best time of year. Planner season is the best. It's when all the best content comes out. But yes, so thank you so much. I hope to see you guys again next week. Fingers crossed I am organized enough to do that. Okay, bye!